Good morning, folks. Thanks so much for grabbing some extra details about today's forecast over here on Facebook. Meteorologist Nick Lilia here, taking a look at what we're dealing with for today. And folks, it's a lot of wind. In fact, a high wind warning and a dust storm warning in effect for parts of southwestern Kansas and southeastern Colorado. A wind advisory in effect for basically eastern New Mexico until you get into parts of the Rockies, and then it's a high wind warning. A blowing dust advisory and a wind advisory in effect for the northern tier of the Texas Panhandle, and a red flag warning for the rest of us, and that does include us here in the city of Amarillo. One thing to keep in mind, because that dust storm warning is in effect for parts of southeastern Colorado, and our winds will be out of the northwest for it today, that's why they're thinking about the blowing dust advisory for some of our northern counties. But keep in mind that that wind at 30 to 40 miles an hour, by the time it gets here to town, will be about 15 to 25 with gusts to 40. We still could see reduced visibilities here in town, so if you do have any plans later this afternoon and they do involve driving around, so you got to pick up the kids from school, just keep that in mind. Visibilities could be as low in some of our northern counties as a mile, in fact even lower than that. I think here in town we'll stay about a mile or so, but just keep that in mind as you head out and about come later this afternoon. The one thing that we're always talking about with these wildfire concerns, a lot of people ask, well, what makes one day worse than another day? Is it just the relative humidity? Well, not necessarily. We are watching the relative humidity, but more specifically, it's that in the morning, we don't get above 40% like this morning, and in the afternoon, we're down below 20%, which is what we're anticipating for today. Temperatures that are 10 degrees above average or more, and wind speeds greater than 15 miles an hour. So you look at all those three things, plus a couple of other different things, but generally speaking, these three things, and that's really where we start thinking about concerns for wildfires. For today, where is that set up? Well, it happens to be set up in the place where we have the red flag warning. It all makes sense, right? I think the highest wildfire danger really will be from about Canyon down just off to the south of Lubbock, and basically everywhere you see this red box. You folks in Clovis to Childress, from west to east as well. So as John likes to say in the evening, just stay vigilant out there, folks. So we don't need to start a wildfire for it today. In fact, yesterday down there in Roosevelt County, one started, burned about 8,000 or so acres. So just keep that in mind for it today. No outdoor burning, please. Put off your grilling plans for a couple of days as well. Temperatures for it today will be cooler with a couple of passing clouds and some haze out there. We'll be at 58 here in town with that north wind at 15 to 25 and gusts to 40, 64 in Clarendon. And I think in some of our southern counties, specifically Childress, where you hold on to that west wind a little bit longer, you'll be warmer, 69 later this afternoon, and cooler where you've got that north wind all day, 46 degrees today in Clayton. Again, thanks so much for grabbing some extra details here at Facebook.